What up? What is up, y'all? What's going on, everyone? All right, guys. Y'all see I got my headscarf on. I'm getting a new hairstyle. Okay, y'all know I have to have people do my hair. I can't do my hair, okay? Just give me credit for just not doing my hair. All right, how's everybody doing on this Monday morning? It is so cold. So I don't know where y'all are, but it is cold in the South. Yeah, in Atlanta. Well, I'm not in Atlanta. I'm in Georgia, Duluth. But let's get into this video. For some reason, my thumbnail just ain't acting right, so I couldn't upload it. I'm trying. But hopefully during this stream, I can go ahead and get it uploaded. So we're going to get into it. Okay, so we have a 65-year-old Jamaican-born U.S. Army veteran, and he has reportedly been locked up in ICE custody since September. Now, the crazy part about this, y'all, is we've talked about this on this channel is, Donald Trump has this mass, deportation, thing that he's doing. And one of the things that people have been talking about is we're not talking about the illegal people, okay? Because if you're here illegally, hey, you should have pretty much got it taken care of. You can very well get arrested. That's not what we're talking about. But what people have been saying is folks that's been here forever, how do you get a person that was a U.S. Army veteran? How does this person get locked up in ICE custody? That's a problem because guess what? That could affect you. That could affect me. Regular people getting locked up. That is not what should be happening. So this is what happened to this guy, and I'm going to get into it. Hopefully my dang on it thumbnail would act like it got some sense.
This is Godfrey's birthday gift.
He's a Scrabble aficionado.
In his Covington home.
Oh, was it my turn?
Okay, you got the
Godfrey Wade's presence is loud. His absence
This call is subject to recording and monitoring.
is louder.
Press 1 to accept the call.
Hey.
ICE detained Godfrey in September after Conyers PD pulled him over for not using a turn signal and arrested him for driving without a license. His fiancée April recorded this video as he was taken away in handcuffs.
He wasn't born in this country, and yet and still he loves this country enough that he signed up to serve it. And so 50 years later, when he needs this country is turning its back on him.
Godfrey came to the U.S. from Jamaica when he was 15 and joined the U.S. Army a few years later.
The man came here, y'all, when he was 15 years old. He is 65 years old at the current time. So again, we're not talking about, people that's, illegal or whatever they want to call them. But imagine being here since you was 15 and you 65. How many damn years is that? I'm not doing any math this morning. But the fact of the matter is this guy not only has been here since he was 15 years old, he was an Army veteran, y'all. So this is not good. You are locking up people that, how was he in the Army? Make it make sense. Help me out.
People will watch stories like these and say, well, why didn't he just become a citizen?
We were in the process of becoming a citizen.
She says they frankly weren't too worried until recently. In 2022, under the Biden administration, ICE issued a directive ordering ICE agents to take into account a person's U.S. military service when deciding whether to deport someone. But 11 Alive News Investigates obtained an ICE memo issued in April of this year, rescinding that directive. It upholds some protections for active duty military, but explicitly states, quote, an honorable discharge does not prevent an alien from being subject to immigration enforcement. Earlier this year, Georgia Senators John Ossoff and Raphael Warnock and Representative Hank Johnson joined a coalition of 60 Democratic members of Congress demanding the federal government compile a list of service service members and veterans who have been detained or deported in 2025. It asked for the list by September 16th. When 11 Alive requested that information, we were told it was never provided.
He doesn't deserve what he's experiencing right now.
Okay, let me just recap this here because I know we got a few people that have joined. So we are talking about an Army veteran, 65-year-old veteran guy who is in ICE custody, y'all. We are in the month of December. This guy has been there. I'm sorry. He's been there since September. We are in the month of November. Okay. So imagine being somebody that worked in the Army, you serve, whatever they call it, and now your tail is locked up. Look, I can't even imagine that. So this is somebody who has served in the military, and now he is in jail. Y'all do know that ICE detention is a damn jail. So, we're not going to try to make it seem like it's something more fancier than what it is. It is, in fact, a jail. So this guy, we're in the month of December. He's been in custody since September, an Army veteran. And this is important because what the Trump administration wants you all to believe is that they're taking illegal people and they're throwing them in jail. Now, look, if you're illegally here for whatever reason, that's a whole nother story. But we're talking about a person who served in the military, y'all, that is in jail. So imagine you being in jail after you done served your own country.
Godfrey's 6 children and 3 grandchildren now cherish each phone call as he remains detained.
If I didn't believe this country is still great, I wouldn't want to stay here. This country is a great country. I've shed my blood for this country.
Godfrey says he wasn't assigned a case agent until 55 days into his detention.
So not only do you throw the man in jail, you keep him there for 55 days. And then you assign him somebody. Y'all, this is torture. Like, this is not a good process. I get it. You want to get the illegal people out of here, but throwing people in jail, leaving them in there for months because you're throwing so many people in jail, you don't have the bandwidth to process these people. So they are literally on top of each other. This is just not the way that this should be handled.
He has no idea when or if he may get a day in court.
I haven't gone to see a judge. They're saying that my situation is final.
Oh my goodness. Let's add insult to injury. He has been in here since September and he hasn't even saw a judge. What is justice about this whole situation? So what's the sense in throwing somebody in the slammer and then they don't even get a chance to see the judge? Doesn't that defeat the whole entire purpose?
Oh, and just like that, he's gone. They ended the call. But random.
Has no idea when or if he may get a day in court.
I haven't gone to see a judge. They're saying that my situation is final.
Oh, and just like that, he's gone. They ended the call. But randomly, the calls will just end.
Have you come to terms with what you might do if he ends up being deported?
I have not. I don't want to get emotional about it, but it's hard. It's like, what am I going to do? Where is all his, oh crap.
Yeah, this is really sad. So let's get into, I'm going to share my screen here. I cannot, for some reason, get my thumbnail to acting right. That's probably why people aren't joining, but hopefully I'll fix it. Okay, so let's get into it. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so you all can see what I'm reading from. Okay, so this guy is a 65-year-old Jamaican-born U.S. Army veteran who is he was deported. So he's in ICE custody. He was detained by the Immigration and Customs Enforcement, which is ICE, I-C-E, ICE. Godfrey Wade is a longtime U.S. resident. He was taken into custody following a September, October, November, December, traffic stop for driving without a license. So you drive without a license and you're going to end your ass up in ICE custody, okay? Now, Newsweek has contacted the family and the Department of Homeland Security for comment. Now, this is why this matters. President Donald Trump has pledged to launch the largest mass deportation operation in U.S. history, and his administration has ramped up immigration arrests and removals. Listen, if you're riding around without your ID, you better make sure you have it. What to know? Following the traffic stop, local authorities referred him to ICE, which transferred him to the Stewart Detention Center in Lumpkin, Georgia. This is a operated immigration jail that has faced years of scrutiny over the conditions. So they say the conditions they're horrible. The Stewart Detention Center is overcrowded, and our dad has been denied a bed for weeks. So you have somebody in a jail in ICE custody, and he don't even have a bed according to this. So you have this man sleeping on the floor. This is a Army veteran. Wade arrived in the United States in 1975. I can tell you right there, that is 50 years ago, okay? Because that's my birthday. And he was 15 years old. He later enlisted in the Army, where he earned multiple commendations both for wartime service and good conduct. After leaving the military, he completed college degrees, worked various jobs, including his current job at a cafe, and he built a family that now includes children and grandchildren. Now, his fiancee, April, who you guys saw in the video, has publicly appealed for his release, arguing that veterans who served in the U.S. military deserve protection from deportation. If you serve this country, you deserve a chance to stay in this country, which, hey, he was good enough to serve whatever he did for this country, but now you kicking him out because we have a pedo president. Now, this is what his fiance said. Migrants without legal status are eligible to serve in the U.S. military, pretty much what they're saying, but they can't stay in the country. What are people saying? It looks like his family, Godfrey's family, they say he's a family man. He's a father of 6 children. They're all U.S. citizens, and he's a proud grandfather of 3 granddaughters, also U.S. citizens. He is a caring and supportive partner to his beautiful fiance, who is also a U.S. citizen. So this is the information that we have on Godfrey. Now, I'm going to go over to another page here. Let me share this. If I share this, now this is where I actually first saw it. Shout out to Joy Reid. And listen, let's just call it what it is. And Joy said it herself. They won't stop at brown folks. They are also coming after Black and even Indigenous Americans. It's a wholesale ethnic cleansing push. We cannot stand for it. This man needs to be released immediately. And this is, again, this is the 65-year-old decorated U.S. Army veteran who was arrested for failing to use a turn signal. Then they threw him into this horrible, horrible ICE detention facility. So give me a second here. I do have another video here I'm trying to show y'all. Let's give me a second.
He's 65 years old, a veteran, a man who once raised his right hand and swore to protect the United States of America. His name is Godfrey Wade. Born in Jamaica, Godfrey arrived in America when he was just 15, a teenager chasing the promise of a better life. Over decades, he built that life. He served honorably in the U.S. Army, deployed across 4 continents. He earned his medals. He earned his stripes. He earned his right to call this country home. After his service, he didn't rest. He earned college degrees. He built careers as a master tailor, a fashion designer, a tennis coach, a chef. He worked. He paid taxes. He loved this country. But this country, the same one he bled for, turned its back on him. In September, after a routine traffic stop in Georgia, Godfrey was pulled over. The charge? Insufficient turn signal / driving without a license. A traffic offense. A slip. Not violence, not a crime against anyone, not a betrayal. Yet today, he sits locked inside U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, in the vast and notorious Stewart Detention Center in Georgia, the same facility where multiple detainees have complained of overcrowding, insanitary conditions, and lack of basic care. 3 months, 90 days. 90 days living on the floor, not in a bed, not in a bunk, on a thin mat laid on concrete, sleeping beside overflowing sewage from clogged urinals. Just 2 working urinals shared among dozens. Showers and toilets inaccessible.
This is sad. So, again, for anybody who has just joined, we are talking about Godfrey Wade, who is a U.S. veteran who is now in jail. And when I say jail, I mean ICE. He's in an ICE detention facility. He's in an ICE detention facility. He was actually driving, and I guess he failed to, use a turning signal or whatever they call it. And he's been in jail since he's been there since September. So we are in the month of December. He's been there for a very long time. They state that he has not seen a judge. He's pretty much just sitting there. And from what the conversation that he had with his fiance, which I showed an interview that she had interviewed and had spoke about him, he stated that he hasn't even saw a judge yet. So this man is literally sitting in a jail, ICE detention facility, and not even able to see a judge. And this is a guy who served in the military.
Basic dignity stripped away. Overcrowding so severe, detainees sleep on the floor side by side. Imagine serving your country, earning honors, building your life with hard work and dedication, and then one mundane mistake, one traffic infraction becomes a death sentence of dignity. His fiancée, April Watkins, speaks for more than one person when she says, he wasn't born in this country, and still, he loves it enough to sign up and serve it.
The crazy part about this entire thing is he was not born here, but for some reason, he was allowed to, sign up for the military. He had been in the military for years. He served in the military, but now they done put this man in jail, and pretty much saying that I guess he's gonna eventually be deported. But the crazy part is, don't they take into consideration that this guy actually served in the military? And that's pretty much what his family is saying. Like, look, he served in the military, and now you guys lock him up because you say that he's not a U.S. citizen. Like, what is going on here?
50 years later, when he needs this country turns its back on him. This isn't just about one man. There are thousands, tens of thousands, veterans who served, immigrants who pledged loyalty. Under recent policy changes, their service no longer protects them. In April, the previous protections for non-citizen veterans were rescinded. Under the new rules, military service alone does not automatically exempt one from enforcement or deportation. They are not criminals. They are patriots. We cannot stand by while this happens, not to Godfrey, not to others like him. Free Godfrey Wade. Release him now. Give him back his dignity. Give him back his life. And fight for justice. support legislation like Veterans Visa and Protection Act of 2025, a bill that would stop deportation of immigrant veterans who have served honorably and are not violent offenders, a bill that offers a pathway to permanent residency and citizenship, a bill that says if you pledged your life to protect America, America pledges to protect you. Because a traffic stop should never become a death sentence of dignity. Because service deserves honor, not betrayal. Speak out. Share the story. Demand justice. Let Godfrey Wade go home. Let America live up to its promise. Free Godfrey Wade. Free our veterans. Free our humanity.
Well, you guys have it. You have an individual who have served this country as an Army veteran, and this man is in jail, ICE detention facility. That's where he is. No protections, at least under this corrupt administration. So he's sitting in an ICE detention facility, and they're saying that the man don't even have a bed. I mean, let alone you're in jail and you don't even have a bed. So they're saying that he's sleeping. Actually, let's get into what they're saying, because I saw that someone said that he was okay. So they're saying that he doesn't have a bed, and that he's been there for 3 months and made to sleep on a floor with sewage. This is terrible. So this man is in ICE detention, and okay, sorry about that. So he is in ICE detention, sleeping on the floor near sewage, which is absolutely disgusting. You can thank Donald Trump for that. This poor family. This is sad. I mean, what has this country become? And because I know some people just joined, I'm going to show y'all this video again, because some people probably didn't get a chance to see it.
This is Godfrey's birthday gift.
He's a Scrabble aficionado.
In his Covington home,
Oh, was it my turn?
Okay, you got the
Godfrey Wade's presence is loud. His absence
This call is subject to recording and monitoring.
is louder.
Press 1 to accept the call.
Hey.
ICE detained Godfrey in September after Conyers PD pulled him over for not using a turn signal and arrested him for driving without a license. His fiancée April recorded this video as he was taken away in handcuffs.
He wasn't born in this country, and yet and still he loves this country enough that he signed up to serve it. And so 50 years later, when he needs this country is turning its back on him.
Godfrey came to the U.S. from Jamaica when he was 15 and joined the U.S. Army a few years later.
A lot of people will watch stories like these and say, well, why didn't he just become a citizen?
We were in the process of becoming a citizen.
She says they frankly weren't too worried until recently. In 2022, under the Biden administration, ICE issued a directive ordering ICE agents to take into account a person's U.S. military service when deciding whether to deport someone.
So prior to the Bozo administration under Donald Trump, where we have a bunch of clowns, we have the uneducated, we have a bunch of DEI hires under Donald Trump being a DE hire himself. So what they did is they removed the process that Joe Biden had in that he created, basically saying that if a person served in the military, if they served the country, you just can't go and deport those people. Like, does that even make sense? You allowed somebody to be in the military, you allowed them to basically fight for this country, and then now you kick them out. Well, if that was the case, you should have probably kicked them out a long time ago. So what Joe Biden did, because of course Joe Biden had common sense, we're dealing with a bunch of uneducated Republicans that want to kiss Donald Trump's diarrhea behind. So now what they've done is said, you know what, we're going to deport. We don't care if you worked in the military, because of course, Donald Trump is only trying to deport people, brown, black people, because we know that he is a racist.
But 11 Alive News Investigates obtained an ICE memo issued in April of this year, rescinding that directive.
So let me break that down. What that simply means is Donald Trump, the pedo president that y'all all voted for with the 34 felonies on his record, the criminal thug president that y'all voted for, what he did, instead of creating jobs for people that need jobs and doing what a competent, educated president would do, but he's uneducated. I think y'all confuse that, because he has money. Just because a person has money don't mean that they have that they're educated. I mean, we spoke about that on this channel. We know that Donald Trump is very uneducated. And right now, contractors that worked on the White House, the White House that he tore the hell down, they didn't even get paid. So we don't want to get into right now what a scam artist he is, because Donald Trump collected all of this money and then he didn't even pay the contractors. But that's a whole nother story. So instead of this bum creating jobs and making the economy grow, he's actually brought the economy down. Now he's deporting people. The crazy part about this whole deportation thing is certain people do certain jobs. When y'all go to restaurants, you see a lot of one niche of people doing the same jobs. Let them do whatever jobs that they want to do, because to be honest, a lot of us wouldn't do them anyways. Not to say that we can't do them, but why are you deporting people that contribute to the stability of the economy? One reason, and one reason only: the man been a racist. He's a racist. He has gotten sued. Donald Trump has gotten sued so many damn times, it just don't even make sense. He's been sued for not renting to certain people. Like, this man needs to go, and his entire clown administration.
Holds some protections for active duty military, but explicitly states, quote, an honorable discharge does not prevent an alien from being subject to immigration enforcement. Earlier this year, Georgia Senators John Ossoff and Raphael Warnock and Representative Hank Johnson joined a coalition of 60 Democratic members of Congress demanding the federal government compile a list of service members and veterans who have been detained or deported in.
Okay, so basically what y'all, we're living in a really messed up time. So let me kind of break that down for y'all. So what Congress is saying is, you clown administration, you uneducated administration, you don't know what the hell you're doing. We don't even know what you're doing. So we need you to compile a list, and we need to know who the hell you're locking up. It could be that they don't even know who they're locking up. People could be looking for their relatives, reported them missing, and they could be in an ICE detention facility, because we are under the guidance of a bunch of racist, uneducated DEI clown hires in the White House.
2025. It asked for the list by September 16th. When 11 Alive requested that information, we were told it was never provided.
Okay, so let's get into it. They have been asking for a list from this whack administration to find out, where in the hell are these people? Who have you locked up in these ICE detention facilities? We need to know the name. They were supposed to provide that by September. It is December and they still haven't provided, because they have different agendas. These people need to go and need to get the hell up out of here. As y'all can see on the screen, it says what does it say? Undersecretary of Defense, from Hank Johnson, who is the press secretary. This was sent December 3rd. And it basically says, hey, Savannah, attached is the response our office has received. Senator Warren's office has been following up every 2 weeks with no response. So basically, they're asking for a list of people that you have locked up in these ICE detention facilities. Hello, who are these people that's locked up? And they still haven't provided a name. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. You all voted for a pedo thug president who is a racist.
He doesn't deserve what he's experiencing right now.
Godfrey's 6 children and 3 grandchildren. Now,
the man has 6 kids and 3 grandkids, served in the U.S. military, and Donald Trump has him locked up. Blame it on Donald Trump.
Cherish each phone call as he remains detained.
If I didn't believe that this country is still great, I wouldn't want to stay here. This country is a great country. I've shed my blood for this country.
Godfrey says he wasn't assigned a case agent until 55 days into his detention.
55 days in jail. I mean, that's like, it is jail. And he wasn't even assigned. That's like being in jail, I guess, for 55 days and not having a lawyer. Like, you cannot not process these people. What is the reason for putting them in the jail and not even processing them? Like, what do you want these people to die in here? Like, what's the end goal? To have somebody in there for 55 days? Damn, what is that? That's almost 2 damn months. What is that, a month and a half or something? 55 days with no process. Well, it gets even crazier because throughout the interview, what you will learn is that he has been there since September. Not only has he, had to wait 55 days to get an actual, I don't know if it's called a case manager or whatever they call him in ICE custody, the man has not even saw a judge. So how is it that you're pushing these people through this process? You're not taking them to court. They're not seeing a judge. This is really sad.
He has no idea when or if he may get a day in court.
I haven't gone to see a judge. They're saying that my situation is final.
Oh, and just like that, he's gone. They ended the call. But randomly, the calls will just end.
Have you come to terms with what you might do if he ends up being deported?
I have not. I don't want to get emotional about it, but it's hard. It's like, what am I going to do? Where is all his, oh crap. Sorry.
This is pretty sad. A man who, joined the U.S. military, is in ICE custody, has been there since September, and no word on when he's going to be released. He hasn't saw a judge. He's just sitting there with no word on anything. The clown administration, under the direct guidance of the pedo president, Donald Trump, has not provided the names of any detainees that has been arrested. So they don't really know who else could possibly, be in this same situation, because they have not provided the information as requested. They have not provided it. So this is a really, really sad situation. And according to, I'm going to kind of switch gears here. Okay, because according to Joy Reid, if you guys aren't following her, you should be. According to what she's saying, she said, Godfrey Wade served America for 8 years across 4 continents and earned medals for his conduct. But because he wasn't born here, even after dedicating his life to this country, he was tossed aside like a garbage bag under Trump's hateful administration. He's a veteran, he's a coach, he's a chef, a fashion designer, and a working class hero. Let me make sure I'm showing. Okay. She says, and a working class hero. This is really sad, y'all. But none of that matters to Donald Trump because their version of patriotism is rooted in racism and cruelty. Now, and you guys saw this in the video that I showed you. The previous president, Joe Biden, had put protections in place to shield veterans from deportation. Now, of course, Donald Trump, he brought his nasty body ass and he pretty much changed that. And now these people are being arrested, and this is just one example. We don't know about anybody else. But these are some of the comments, what people are saying. And I don't really see anybody that's really agreeing with this mess. Someone said Trump voters caused this. So it's just a lot of information with regards to this family who has been affected by Donald Trump and his messed up regime, his cruelty, his racism, and just the nasty, filthy person that he is. He's a dirty, disgusting human being. All right, let me show y'all this right. Give me a second. Donald Trump is a disgusting, despicable person.
65-year-old U.S. veteran is now facing deportation and inhumane conditions inside of an ICE facility because of a traffic stop. He came to the United States when he was 15 years old with a green card, and he was pulled over for not using a turn signal. Police discovered he was driving without a license and then arrested him. ICE took him into custody after. Shortly after entering the United States, he joined the Army, earning commendations for good conduct in wartime service. After his honorable discharge, he built a wide-ranging career and earned multiple college degrees. He worked as a master tailor, fashion designer, tennis coach, and even chef. He was in the process of becoming a citizen. They were trying to do everything the legal way. His fiance said, "We had an attorney, but it's a very expensive endeavor. The cost is astronomical. Still, he did make the effort. We did a lot of things to make sure this day would never come, but yet here we are." Wade said he spent his first 12 days at Stewart Detention Center sleeping on a makeshift bed on the ground because of overcrowding. He said, "We don't have any bunk space. We're given what we call boats, and those are placed on the floor with a 2-inch mat. There are also only 2 working urinals for his entire pod of 80 people. He said there's sewage water flowing on the ground. Records obtained by 11 Alive show the Office of Detention Oversight found 12 deficiencies at this center during its last inspection. Those deficiencies related to health and safety, food service, phone access, use of force, and more. Non-citizen veterans used to have legal safeguards against deportation until Donald Trump. Wade says he wasn't assigned a case agent for 55 days and still hasn't appeared before a judge. His attorney told him they're waiting for his deportation. He said, "I haven't gone to see a judge. They're saying my decision is final." They claim to have mailed him a notice of appearance to a judge back in 2014, but it went to the wrong address. Nobody is safer because of this. It is not policy. This is complete betrayal. It shows how dangerous and dehumanizing these new immigration rules have become.
So imagine that. I mean, whatever happened to a court of law? Why are they not sending these people to a judge? I can tell you why. Because Donald Trump is corrupt. He's a criminal. He's a thug. We already know he was sued for SA-ing a woman. He's been, with Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein said that Donald Trump was with victims. So he's a horrible piece of trash individual. So this is why they are bypassing these, these are people. They should, be allowed to see a judge. A judge should be intervening in these cases and making a decision. But when you're dealing with a thug president with 34 felonies, he's pretty much doing whatever it is he wants to do. And that is what unfortunately this family is going through. So if you voted for Donald Trump, I don't know if you thought that this was coming. I mean, I didn't know specifically what was coming, but of course I didn't vote for Donald Trump because I could never vote for a person with 34 felonies that was sued for S.A.ing a woman, hangs out with Jeffrey Epstein, and has harmed little girls and probably little boys too. So I could never vote for anybody like that. But for the people that voted for Donald Trump, how do you feel about yourself? How do you feel about the decision that you made that is tearing the world into shreds? You voted for a thug, criminal, pedo president, and it looks like it's not getting any better. We are what do we have down? A year? We almost are down 1 year. Y'all got 3 more years of this shit to endure with this nasty, filthy president that you guys elected into the White House. And unfortunately, people are suffering because of this man, this man that you all wanted to, not even that you wanted to, the man that you elected president. And this is pretty much what we're dealing with amongst a bunch of other things. Like I said before, instead of him creating jobs and making the economy better, what he's managed to do is get everybody fired from their jobs, including going to the U.S. government and laying off all of those people. And what you started to see is corporations have followed suit, told people they can't remote work, they done fire people. Why would you vote for somebody like this? Let me know in the chat. I want to know if you voted for Trump, why? Because I just want to know, what do you have now that's more that you voted for a pedo president? You voted for a pedo president that is wreaking havoc on the country. We even got his own supporters that's turning their backs on this man. Nobody wants to be affiliated with a person like this. I just don't understand, why did people vote for him? Why did you vote for Donald Trump? What is your reason for voting for Donald Trump? We got Marjorie Taylor Greene out here pretty much trying to tell it all. Everybody is falling out with this man. Marjorie Taylor Greene is out here doing interviews about Donald Trump. MAGA is dying. MAGA done fell apart. What is Marjorie Taylor Greene saying? Let's look at Marjorie Taylor Greene. Well, we're not going to watch this whole thing, but she did do an interview. Let's see if we can get into some of it. Excuse me. We can get into some of this, but I'm not going to do the whole thing because it's like 60 minutes or something. Let's see here. Let's just add this part. Whatever Jeffrey Epstein did, Donald Trump had to know about it. Jeffrey Epstein said in a video that Donald Trump was with those same women. So let's just be honest. This woman is leaving MAGA because she was a Trump puppet. And I guess she didn't understand that once she gave her opinion and Donald Trump didn't like it, how he would treat her. So she's leaving because she was only there to support Trump in whatever he did. Now, y'all voted for this trailer park trash, Marjorie Taylor Greene, and she actually is doing these interviews talking about how she cares about healthcare. This is the same lady that voted for the healthcare cost to go up. So she is a female version of Donald. Stood for women. She didn't stand for women. That's a lie. The reason why Marjorie Taylor Greene actually went against Donald Trump, and I did a video on this, she wanted to run for a Senate seat. And they're saying that he told her no. So he wasn't going to support her there. So this is why she's mad. That, you know, she's saying that she was abused, but when Donald Trump was out here abusing other people by all of this crazy stuff that he was saying, she went right along with it. But now when the shoe is on her, I don't like Donald Trump. He's a racist. There's no way that I can like Donald Trump. But the thing with this lady, Marjorie Taylor Greene, is she's telling us all of this shit about Donald Trump as if he hadn't been doing this stuff the entire time. So this isn't like, you know, Donald Trump just started doing stuff and she found out, oh, he's a horrible person. He's been a horrible person. Her main issue is she partnered with Donald Trump because she wanted to get something out of the deal. But what ended up happening is Donald Trump didn't give her what she wanted. So now she wants to expose him, girl. And we don't care. Well, I'm not going to say we don't care. These are things that we already knew about. So her telling us what a horrible person Donald Trump is. I mean, he got convicted. Well, not convicted. He was sued for SA-ing a lady. So how worse of a person could you possibly be? Right. Oh, she got a pipe bomb threat on her house. I mean, how many people have Donald Trump threatened? He's been threatening Jasmine Crockett since he's been in office. But now when the shoe is on the other foot, now she wants to cry victim. Girl, he been threatening people this whole time and you was right with him. So we don't give a damn.
Several direct.
Why will you keep it private? Are you going to tell us or are you just looking for attention? You can't trust her either.
What?
Again, Marjorie Taylor Greene is only doing this, and hope I can probably bring that video up again. She wanted to run for a Senate seat, and Donald Trump told her no. They have been asking for the Epstein files forever. She only hopped on the bandwagon to sign off on the Epstein files strictly because Donald Trump didn't give her what she wanted. She doesn't care about victims.
Trump.
So pretty much Marjorie Taylor Greene is on a tirade pretty much because Donald Trump did not allow her to run for Senate. He didn't support it. And I'm going to try to find that video because Marjorie Taylor Greene is full of trash. She's a trash individual. Now she wants to tell us how, Donald Trump is saying, what about all the other people that he threatened? I guess it's okay for him to threaten other people, just don't threaten her, right? That's pretty much what she's saying, because her telling us that Donald Trump threatened her, it's like, okay, well, girl, he do this to everybody. So what else do you want us, like, what's your point here? Let me see if I can find that video. Marjorie Taylor Greene. She wanted to run for a Senate seat. I'm going to see if I can find it. I know I showed y'all the video before, but man, let's see if I can find it. She won't admit it, by the way. But it was revealed that is why she's mad. It's because she wants to run for Senate. Let's see if I can find it. If you guys remember, Marjorie Taylor Greene came out the first time Trump ran and he supported her. So she's pretty much nobody without Trump. All right, let me see if I can find it. Okay, so let's see. I think I found it. Let's see here. No, not that one. I don't know if I can find it, but I did do a video on it. Let me see. All right, let me see if I can find it. Oh, here it is right here. I found it. All right, here it goes. Yeah, Marjorie Taylor Greene is her real issue on, I found it. All right, y'all, I found it. So remember I told you that the real reason that Marjorie Taylor Greene is so mad at Donald Trump is not because of anything he's doing. This is stuff that he's been doing. Nothing has changed. She's only angry because Donald Trump does not want to endorse her. That's the word that I'm looking for. Donald Trump won't endorse her for a Senate seat. So that is the real reason that she's mad.
For you. MTG, people are like, oh my God, she's saying all of these things. Like, what's gotten into her lately? Oh, like she's bucking against Trump. She's bucking against the administration.
We heard from one of your members today, Marjorie Taylor Greene, who wrote this morning that on y'all's GOP conference call, she said Speaker Johnson said he has ideas and pages of policy, but did not say a single policy plan. She said, I find it unacceptable that Republicans are sitting on the sidelines doing nothing to fix this healthcare disaster that is leading many Americans into financial ruin.
The issues of the subsidies are real. It's not something that anybody can say is made up. Also, people with regular or private plans, their premiums are looking to go up a median of 18%. That's brutal. I know a lot of small business owners, like a family of four, and they're paying $2,000 a month. $2,000 a month with deductibles of $7,000 to $10,000, and approximately 40% of these people don't even use their health insurance. So they're just burning money just in case they might have cancer, or just in case they have a terrible car accident. If you double their health insurance or even triple it, these people they're either gonna have to drop it, or they're gonna be choosing between rent and their health insurance. As a conservative and as a business owner in the construction industry, and as a realist, I can say we have to do something about labor, and that needs to be a smarter plan than just rounding up every single person.
Okay, I know this a little bit long-winded, but the reason why I'm showing you all this video is because I'm probably going to fast forward it, because I want AOC. Okay, it's right here. AOC is going to get into why you are now seeing Marjorie Taylor Greene go against Donald Trump. It has nothing to do with anything that Donald Trump has done, because we, as people who watched this clown president and his clown administration, we've saw it all. Like, his behavior is nothing different than what it always have. But what this lying-ass hoe, Marjorie Taylor Greene, wants y'all to think is that, oh, Donald Trump, he's doing, we know he won't release the Epstein files, but that is just who he is. He's a horrible individual. But she wants us to think, oh, well, Donald Trump won't release the Epstein files. So, I don't want to be a part of MAGA. No, she doesn't want to be a part of MAGA because her throwing her entire constituent base under the bus, which she's already did, she didn't mind doing it as long as Donald Trump was going to pay her in the long run. How was he going to pay her? Because she wanted to go from a state representative, which is what she is now, to a Senate seat. And she wanted Donald Trump to endorse her. Okay, so let's get into it.
Shouldn't be the focus.
Marjorie Taylor Greene wanted to run for Senate in Georgia.
Marjorie Taylor Greene wanted to run for Senate in Georgia, just like I said. So all of this bullshit that she telling y'all about, oh, I'm standing up for women. This don't care about nobody but herself. She is Donald Trump in a female version. Her issue is she has pretty much forsake her entire constituents because she ran up behind Donald Trump funky diarrhea pants, because y'all know they say he wear a diaper, right? But anyways, let's get back on track. So she has basically threw all of y'all under the bus, and she didn't mind doing it because she felt like she was going to be able to run for Senate. But Donald Trump rejected her ass. Okay, I'm gonna rewind it just a little bit.
Run for Senate in Georgia.
Yes.
That shouldn't be the focus.
Marjorie Taylor Greene wanted to run for Senate in Georgia. She wanted to run for Senate earlier this year in the state of Georgia. She wanted to be the Republican nominee for Senate. So she was gearing up for that statewide race, and Trump told her no. Trump said no. And the White House and Trump land shut down Marjorie Taylor Greene's personal ambitions to run for Senate. And she has been on a revenge tour ever since. And so all of this stuff that you're like, oh my God, like it is all personally motivated. All of this stuff is personally motivated. There is no signs of revelation that I see up close. This is not a person that is backing up anything of what they're saying with any sort of action, which gives the whole game away. This is a person that is trying to twist the knife on people who frustrated her personal ambition.
Okay, y'all, let's break it down. All of this bullcrap Marjorie Taylor Greene is telling y'all about, oh, I stand up for women, and Donald Trump didn't stand up for women. She don't give a damn about women. She don't give a damn about nobody that voted for her. She don't care about the constituents in her area. She only care about her personal goals. So she's mad because she wanted Donald Trump to endorse her for a Senate seat. Now, endorsing her don't really mean she gonna win, but for some reason she thinks that it will, make her win. If you, again, like I said before, Marjorie Taylor Greene is a Trump puppeteer. If you go back and look, she came about when Trump, around the time he became president. So she has given her entire everything to Donald Trump, and not even to the people who actually support her bad built body.
And until that is the story, and until any one of these little public statements or media statements is actually backed up by a genuine change in policy position, I'm just not going to, and not just a change in policy position, but a commitment to that change. I'm just not going to buy it. I welcome it. I think it's never too late to change. But I just don't buy it. Someone said, but speaking out is also action, right? Maybe the revenge tour is opening her eyes a little bit. Maybe it is opening her eyes. Speaking out, I think for everyday people, speaking out is action. But when you are in a position of power like she is, you have to not just talk the talk, you have to walk the walk. And so if you are an everyday person that's speaking out, it's not to diminish the power of that, but she has a vote in Congress. She has the power to introduce legislation. She has the ability to vote for things and vote against things. And despite all of this hunky-dory stuff that she's doing, her vote record is what speaks for itself. And she consistently votes against healthcare, and she consistently votes on the side of advancing corporations. Okay, so
I hope y'all got that. I mean, speaking out, how in the hell are you speaking out when you had a vote? When you casted your vote, you voted against healthcare, you voted against all of these things, but then you come on and you do these interviews and you lie. Marjorie Taylor Greene is trash. She was trash from the beginning. She voted for all of these things that you see, for instance, the healthcare going up, all of these things that you see. Marjorie Taylor Greene voted for those things because, of course, she didn't care about her constituents. She only cared about advancing herself. And because she couldn't get that Senate seat, this is why you see her all of a sudden turning on Trump, because in all actuality, her and Trump is really the same person, because this is the same thing Trump does when he doesn't get his way. Now, when I started the video, we were talking about the Army veteran who is in ICE custody, but we kind of got off into other things. We were talking about, what is his name? I have forgotten his name now. Let's see here. What is his name? Yeah, I don't forgot it. I done got off on a tangent. The Army veteran who is in ICE custody, Godfrey Wade. He served for 8 years across 4 continents, and he is actually in ICE custody, Army veteran. He's been there since September of this year. He has not went to court. And I mean, I'll let y'all know if I get some more information.